Hollywood stars? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do the perfect smoky eye. This look right here. Oh, and by the way, how cool are these earrings? These are from Nordstrom Rack and they were only $6. So yeah, go ahead and go cop these because they're amazing. But nonetheless, don't forget to shine bright because it's slow Hollywood time. Hello Hollywood stars, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create the perfect smoky eye. I know sometimes doing a black smoky eye can be a little intimidating, but today I'm going to show you tips and tricks to make that super easy, and you're going to be rocking the smoky eye with no creasing. If you want to know how to create a smoky eye, then just keep watching. So as you can see, I already have my eyebrows done. I just used some powder, some setting gel. So now we're going to go ahead and get started with the actual eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and prep my eyes using my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, as you already know. So I'm just going to grab a fluffy brush, like I always do. This is just the Morphe R33 brush. And we're going to be adding all of this to the lid and up to the brow bone. I definitely recommend using a primer, especially when doing a smoky eye, because for some reason, every time that I used to do a smoky black eye, it would just start creasing. And I was like, what the heck? But it wouldn't do that with any other color. So I'm going to show you a little trick that's definitely going to take care of that. But to start off, you definitely want to use this primer or any primer of your choice. Perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and start with our little trick. So the first trick that I have for you, and which is the most important one of them all, is going to be to use some sort of a base, preferably like a gel, before the shadow. That way the shadow doesn't crease like it normally would. So I'm going to be using this Blackest Black gel liner by L'Oreal. So it looks like this. It's just black. So this is a gel, and I'm just going to grab a brush, just a flat brush. This is the Morphe M224 brush. And I'm going to add just a little bit of this to the lid because that's normally where I get the most creasing. So we're just going to grab a little bit of that. And we're just going to start to paint this on the lid. Don't be alarmed if you feel like, what the heck is she doing? This looks horrible. Don't worry about that because this is just the base. We're not even going to see this after we apply the shadow. But this is going to make the biggest difference in your smoky eye. So I'm just painting this on all over the lid, making sure there's no spaces in between. So making sure that you cover the entire lid, make sure there's no free space. So now that you look like a raccoon, this is what you kind of want, because now you've laid down a base, ensuring that your smoky eye is not going to crease at all. Okie dokie. So now that you have your base laid out, then we can start working with the shadows. So another tip and trick for creating the perfect smoky eye is to kind of do different dimensions to it, meaning that you're not just going to be using black, but you're going to be using other colors, such as like burgundies or like browns, tans, just to give the eye a little bit more dimension. So for today's look, I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette. Of course, I'm sure you've all seen this. It's so beautiful and I don't use it enough, so I decided why not bring it out today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start building that dimension like I told you guys. So you're just going to want to grab a fluffy brush that you have for the crease. I'm going to be using this one right here. This is the Morphe R37 brush, which looks like this. So any fluffy brush will do. I'm going to first be digging into a nice like cream color. So probably I'm going to use this one right here, the third one over. And I'm going to add a generous amount to my crease. So I'm just going in circular motions. I'm not really worrying about the blending too much of the black that we applied. I'm just wanting to add this color so that at the end of the look, we can have a little bit of this color peeking through. Also, if you're a person whose eyelids don't really get oily, then you can totally skip the primer portion and then just go directly into the gel. So I'm going to be switching onto this brush right here, which is the MAC 224 brush. Another fluffy brush. And I'm going to start going into a little bit more browns. So I'm going to be using this color right here. So I'm going to be digging into that color right there. So taking a little bit at a time, and we're just going to start to work this in to the crease. And this color is going to be very close, almost overlapping with that black gel liner. So you just want to build up that color. A little bit at a time is best to avoid any excess product, and that way it doesn't look like a hot mess. So you can already start to tell that this eye is already looking a lot better than how we started it. So this is what you're just going to be doing, blending and merging the two colors together. Perfect. Alright, so now I'm going to go back to the first brush we used and the first shade that we used, which is this third one right here. I'm going to just pick up a little bit more and kind of add it on top of here, because we did lose this color a little bit and I really do want this to peek through. Perfect. So now for the fun part, black. So you're going to want to be picking up a flat shader brush. Any flat shader brush will do, and we're going to be digging into some black now. So I'm going to be using this full coverage shadow Smashbox flat brush. So like this, and of course to the blackest black color that we have here, this one down below. We're going to be picking some of that in our flat shader brush and applying that all over the lid. Ooh, so dark. So you want to work this all over the lid. Don't worry too much about blending into the crease because we're going to do that next. Ooh, now you can see how dark that eye looks compared to this one. That's what you want. So now that we have both eyes black as hell, we're going to go ahead and pick up a really small blending brush. I'm going to be using one from Morphe. I'll show you guys how that looks like, but you want to do a very small one because if you do something larger, then it's going to get into these browns that we did earlier. So a smaller one is just going to give you a little bit more precision. So this is the M411 brush. I absolutely love this brush. I recommend this brush to anyone because you can never have a really small blending brush in your kit. enough of them. You can't have enough of them. So I'm going to be using that brush, and I'm going to be picking up a little bit of the black shade. Not too much, just a tiny bit. And I'm going to start blending the crease out. Ooh, that looks amazing. So this is essentially what the smoky eye is, but you can totally go back and add a little bit more brown if you want that to pop a little bit, which I think I am going to add a little bit more of the lighter shade, which is the first shade that we went in with, which is that one right there. So I'm going to grab just a tiny bit more and kind of add it up here. Not too much, it's just enough to give a little bit more dimension. And I could feel like it totally makes a big difference. So now this is going to be key for your smoky eye. Also, I recommend doing your smoky eye, let that be your very first thing that you do, because normally if you do like your foundation first, you might get some fallout and then there'll be a big mess. So I'm just going to take a MAC wipe and I'm just going to go ahead and clean up the edges. And I usually like to do like a very precise line. So I kind of grab like my fingertip and I just kind of find my lower lash line and kind of drag up. And then just clean up any excess down here. Yes. Look at that. How good does that look? Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply some lashes. And I think for this look, you definitely need some lashes because you definitely want some dimension going on there. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those on and I'll be right back. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look. So I just went ahead and added some mascara, smoked down the lower lash line. And for the lips today, I went ahead and I lined my lips using this MAC liner called Honey Pecan. And I topped it with this Cocoa Collection Gloss by Kylie Cosmetics called Sugar Plum. So there you have it you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.